beautiful people. Welcome back to the Anomalous Black Women, where we celebrate the ones who bend the rules and build new ones. I'm your host, Bina. And this season's theme is Melanin, Magic, and Manifestation, Healing Forward, Resilience, Restoration, and Joy. Today, we're sitting with Chisa Marie, a retired U.S. Air Force veteran turned health and life coach, helping Black women move from survival mode to sustainable joy. She's the voice behind inspiring women to excel, and her work is all about clarity, boundaries, and everyday rituals that actually fit a real life. We're talking identity shifts, after service, what unapologetic looks like on a regular Tuesday, and one simple step you can take in the next 24 hours to get unstuck. Grab your tea, unclench that jaw, and let's heal forward together. Hey, y'all. Hey, Bina, my sister. How are you? I'm okay. How are you, Dr. Johnson? I can't hear you.
I'm fairly well. It's Alabama flight. I'm very
How you doing?
mm, good to be here.
Well, you look wonderful, so that's the first thing. Let's get that out the way. I already asked you how to pronounce your name because I hate to mispronounce people's names because everybody always mispronounce my name.
Yes.
Um, where where do you call home now?
I live in Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
I moved here after I retired, but I'm from the Virgin Islands. So, I had to pick between being close to home, but still being in the warmth because I decided I no longer wanted to be in anybody's cold. I don't want to shovel nobody's snow. And sometimes being here in Tampa, it'd be a little bit sketchy because, when it gets cold, Florida. I question my life choices. I'm like, maybe I need to be one of them snow bunnies and go to the back to the islands for the.
I know that's right. I mean, I live in Jacksonville and it get pretty cool here, and I question my life choices.
All the time.
'Cause I can't stand being told we were stationed in Langley in Virginia, so it get mad cold there and it snows and everything. So I was like, no, I can't stay here. My bones and everything hurt when it get cold here, so I gotta go.
Not the bones hurt.
Yeah, honey.
Deep down.
Um, in one line, who is Chisa Marie?
I am unapologetic, unstoppable, and powerful.
Come on, words of affirmation. I'm still one of them words. I pick a word every year at the beginning of every year, and I'm still one of them.
Yeah, get it.
Uh, two questions: why the Air Force then, and why coaching now?
So back when I joined the Air Force, I'm gonna honestly tell you, it wasn't. I wasn't. I didn't grow up thinking I was going to join the Air Force. It actually was a blessing in disguise. So, like you, not you were a VA, but my mother took us from the Virgin Islands to Baltimore. So I was in Baltimore for a couple of years, a good amount of years. Graduated high school. My last 2 years, I moved to Jersey, and that's where I graduated high school. Well, you know how the recruiters come around the school. I didn't believe it was a real thing, but it's a real thing. School and was like, "Hey, you want to get out of school for the day?" Why? Yes, I do. How many days can I get out of school? So he said, well, you can come and take a test, and then you see what. I was like, okay. When is it the test? But I'm gonna tell you, I didn't care about the test. I cared about getting the day off. Like that's if I'm gonna get a day off. That's what I'm gonna do. So took the test, got my scores back, and when I was graduating high school, he's like, okay, well, you have your scores, well, blah blah blah. So I ended up moving back to Baltimore. Right, and when I say you, we graduated and we were right back in Baltimore. So he was like, well, take your stuff to the recruiter in Baltimore and see them. I said, okay. Got to Baltimore and went to the recruiter's office there. If you could imagine like a long building with multiple doors, right? I walked into this place. I don't tell you, it was a ghost house. And I took the test. Let me back up. I took the ASVAB for the Army. So when I got to Baltimore, I went looking for the Army guy because that's who told me. He was like, go see the Army guy. And I'm like, all right, cool. Get to the building and The building was empty except for one office all the way in the back of the building. And when I got to the back, it was the Air Force. And I said, "Hey, didn't even know anything about the Air Force. I said, "Hey, is are the guys in the front coming back?" And he's like, "You don't want to talk to them. You want." And I was like, "Well, okay, I'll talk to you." He's like, "Yeah, you don't want to go into the army, but here's the thing. My recruiter also tried to set me up because he wanted me to go in as a cop because that's the not security forces. Girl. So did all the stuff because I didn't know no better. He goes, what do you want to do?" And at that point, I wanted to be a lawyer, but lawyers, it costs money to be a lawyer. So I was like, it's like, I'll put you in something. And I didn't know no damn better. So we go to I go to MEPS, and mind you, I'm set to do all the things. I get to MEPS and the lady was like, you have to lift the 50 pounds straight over your head. You can't adjust. You cannot move. You just have to go straight up. And I'm like, I can't adjust. I mean, I was adjusting before I even did. And she's like, you cannot adjust. I was like, okay. So I lifted up and I could not get it above my head without moving my arms. And she was like, well, you don't qualify to do this. I'm going to tell you, it was all God because it, he knew I wasn't going to make it in the army. Them people, they're not, I am not made for the army. I'm bougie for the army. I'm just going to say it. And even now when people are like, oh, I bet you in the Air Force, I said, I am proud of it too. You can say what you want about me. I am so excited that I chose to follow the path to the Air Force. And then when it came to coaching, when I retired, I have always been into health, more when I got into the military because I saw, being having to do a PT test, and I'm very competitive when it came to the PT test. So I was like, oh, I got to get 100. Like, we'll be doing. And if I didn't get 100, I'd be like, I need to retake all of this right now. Like, I remember one time I got like a 98, and the lieutenant was like, that is a good score. I was like, it's good for you, but not good enough for me. What I should be doing, but when I retired, I started to feel like a really strong pull to health as in its own. And then I found a course, a certification that was health and life mixed together. And it was perfect because for me, I'm always helping people shift how they see situations. Like, when you complain about something, could you look at this a different way instead of saying this is so horrible? Like, guys, when we were deployed, one of the guys in the tent, air conditioned tent, talking about this sucks. And I said, can you just explain to me what really sucks about your job? Because you was here. And I'm like, if you just started to look at your situation just a little bit differently and turned it to, you know what, let me see what I can accomplish while I'm sitting in this air conditioned tent instead of saying this sucks so much. Over here, we all gotta be here, but you all got a leg up on the rest of us. We outside in that hot, and you out here handing out food to us, and there's some cool like air conditioning because them air conditioned tents, if they broke, they was fixing them in 2 seconds. For me, I just felt a really strong pull to pursue that, whichever avenue it came up. And when I say you, yet again, God was on my side because a certification school popped up on when I was scrolling on Facebook. So I was like, huh, got it. I hear you. So I ended up doing the first certification, and then I did a master certification, and then it just kept growing from there. But okay. Biggest lesson. What's one lesson from 20 years of service that still guides you today? Okay, we do this one. Focusing on, so it's kind of a mix, right? So what I learned is we can complain all day about what's happening in life. But in reality, is it really that bad? Or are you choosing to listen to other people and align with what they're saying? Because I could tell you, I used to work night shift and we would be on that. We would be in it, hanging out, chilling, talking, chatting, doing things. Somebody would run get food. But we would be like, "Oh, this sucks." And I had to stop one night and was like, "What really sucks about this? We are getting paid to hang out, and yes, and we were in Germany. So what do we really complain about that we're in an office that if we was back in the States or working a regular job, we would be what? Struggling, right? Like in for me, the biggest thing I've learned is you choose how you want to feel. You choose how you want to react to every situation. And everything is a choice for you to always stay on the side of this. Anything and everything I'm doing is working out for me no matter what I'm doing. So I get to choose what I do and how I show up. Mhm. The hard part, what was the hardest part of retiring and starting over because a lot of our ladies are getting out, men are getting out of the military and they have to do a restart. So what I do, and I'm in Maryland. I'm about to say I was stationed in Maryland. I live in Maryland and I work with veterans who are getting out from Fort Meade. So yeah, please do tell. So I'm gonna tell you, in the end, yes, it's a different thing, but whatever we make hard will be hard. All we have to do, I'm gonna tell you, embrace the people around you. Embrace our community because when I retired from Hawaii, we had a lady. I'm divorced now, but my ex-husband, when we were going through, this lady was like, "This is what you need to do for your records, blah, 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 blah. Making sure you have everything you need." When we got out, everybody was like, "Hey, go to TAPS." But TAPS was craps because they didn't teach you the real. And now, reality-wise, here in Tampa, I'm not sure about anywhere else, but I'm 100% sure they have some kind of things like this. They have the programs like 4 blocks, um, vet something, Vet Connect has it. They all have these programs to help you transition. And instead of, and I'm sure I could look up some more because I became a coach for 4 blocks and they have a session starting now next week that helps veterans get in positions, get what is that thing? Resumes, get resumes. But what you have to do is understand that you don't have to, whatever you make overwhelming will create more overwhelm. We create our own overwhelm and we create chaos in our life when there's not supposed to. It's just, it's allowing yourself to, learned this a long time ago, flow it like water. The water does not let anything stop it. It allows you to just keep going. But if you continue to allow everybody else's experience, because I'm gonna tell you, when I retired, they were like, VA is garbage. They don't care about you. But that was somebody else's experience. Stop letting everybody else's experience dictate how you show up for you and how you're gonna shift your life. And yes, what you want to do right now. But sometimes it takes sitting in silence and ask yourself, what do you love to do? Is it what you were already doing in the military or is it something you want to embrace? Because the best thing about being a veteran, they got so many free programs for us out here that what it's Secaucus University, they have free things for us to do and go into in programs and they pay for you to go to be in their cohort and learn a new skill, learn new things, and they will pay you to do the in-person part of it because everything they do has an in-person part. So you do it online, then you do it in person, and then you graduate and then you have an additional skill. And that's just like a baseline of the ones that I know. Okay. What problem do you help Black women solve? I help Black women stop being unhappy, stop creating unhappiness, stop bringing trauma and all the different things from the prior. So growing up, my mama, she didn't, she wasn't happy. She was unhappy. So what did I do? I took on her unhappiness like it was a badge of honor. We walk around here with the resting, what face, and we say it's protection, but it's not. It's a armor you're putting on to not be seen. But sometimes just being seen lets us know that you need help. And being strong, you can be strong and still have help. I learned when I got divorced, I had so many people in my ear telling me, don't let that man have them kids. Don't let him have the days that ain't his days. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I have the best co-parenting relationship ever because I didn't let unhappiness run my life. When I when I retired, we weren't great. I let my let society's identity of me keep me stuck in a marriage that I was unhappy in. And we stay in relationships unhappy because that's what our mothers did. That's what our grandmothers did. Everybody taught us to be unhappy and bitter. And then we turn out to be these bitter Black women because society pumps us up to be that, when in reality, we don't have to be bitter. Even if I walk into a room and somebody else is in that room, they're mad and upset, I stop allowing their energy to shift mine. And I want other Black women to know that you don't have if you woke up this morning super happy and you went into another room and this other woman was disgusted and mad, but now you mad too because she done transferred her energy to you, you allowed her to do that. Nobody ever does it to you. You allowed them to do it to you. Okay, walk us through a typical session with you. For me, I allowed the woman to get grounded, and we talk about, first off, what is it you really want, and what would it look like for you to have that thing that you really truly wanted. If you're not pretending for anybody, you're not creating something from somebody else's idea of you. It's sitting in what you truly want for you, because I truly believe that we all have a God-given talent that we sometimes don't even look at, because everybody's in our ear telling us what to do. So I help create a space to where it's okay to want 10,000 things. It's okay to want to do big things and not know how to get there.
Oh, absolutely. I always tell people I don't know what I wanna be when I grow up. It changed by the minute. I know how to do a million things. Um, what was I about to say? Oh, can you share a before and after client story? Anonymous, no name.
Yes. So I had a client that, oh man, when I tell you, she had she had suicidal thoughts. For me, when you have suicidal thoughts, you're letting negativity run your life. And I had to explain to her, we don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do things on anybody else's timeline. And it is okay to pause. It is okay, because she wanted to make sure she was perfect for everybody, showing up for everybody, be this perfect mother, be this perfect wife, and do all the things. And now we helped her at this. When I worked with her, I using crystals and different things. I still use them now, but not as much. But we chose two bracelets for her to wear and grounded herself and taught her how to take a breath in the moment and not overwhelm herself. But now she's like, I am so, and it happens to be, my year, I did a year back at home after I went to Baltimore. I went back to St. Thomas. I met her in that one little year I went back home, and we ended up catching back up, meeting on Facebook. But we had one little random conversation. She was like, I am so glad that I just was willing to have the conversation and tell the truth about how I was really feeling, because we all pretend for everybody, and we die inside and nobody knows. And then when people when they turn around and they're like, all I had to do was talk to somebody. All I had to do was trust. And at this point, I truly believe that as Black women, we should be working together. We should be collaborating instead of competing. And that's one of the biggest things. I will shut my world down. I will share everything you want to know about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. But the problem is everybody is so busy competing around here. It's like, you want to be my friend so you can steal, but I don't mind helping you so you don't have to steal from me. But one of the biggest things that I taught her to do was be grounded in who she was, and release those thoughts of killing herself, because she doesn't that that's not benefiting you. Like, you don't want to lose your life. You just are overwhelmed and you don't understand how to release it and have that real conversation.
One of the biggest things, with Black women, especially with the tropes that we have about us being, you know, sassy or, whatever the tropes are, about being strong. It's Anger is an emotion. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel all the things, because one of the reasons why we fall into depression, that we fall into all of these other mental, roadblocks, is because we don't feel all the feels. We have that toxic positivity where we are trying to act like we are okay even when we're not okay, and we're not feeling all of our feelings. We're not letting ourselves. You got to at least sit in whatever the problem is in order to get past it. If you don't confront the problem, you're not going to get past the problem. So whenever I talk to people, clients or whoever, if you even do just a random person, I always tell them, feel how you want, how you're gonna feel. Just go on ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody tell you how to feel. Don't let nobody tell you how to react. It's you. It's not them. However they react, it's not you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just do what's gonna be best for you, and will help you get past whatever it is that you're going through, and don't worry about what other people say or do.
Yes. So
Um,
tell people, don't you can feel the feels, but don't make it your identity. We want to be like, I'm so angry, and then that's who you are. It's like, what you angry for? What you still mad for? That's something you're embracing. You don't have to be angry. You could be angry in the moment, but baby, keep it moving. Let's go. We got
Yeah. Yeah, feel all the feels. Don't stew in them now. Don't fear them and boil them now. Feel them and keep on moving. But you gotta feel emotions are there for a reason. Like they're there for a reason. They're showing you something, telling you something, is trying to show you a way. So they're there for a reason. Um, what does unapologetic look like on a regular Tuesday?
doing whatever the hell I want when I want all time. I don't let nobody else's mood, nobody else's situation. It doesn't affect me. I'm going to be me, and I'm okay with everything I want to do. I sell ginger shots. I sell sea moss. I sell all the things, and people are like, oh, you do the most, and I do, and I'm okay with that. You can't make me change who I am because you don't like what I'm doing. Too much. I'm not too much for you, so it don't matter. You see, that is like when people are like, dang. Yes, and you do, and you should. They say that to me and my sister all the time. And we're in two different places. I'm 10 years older than her, although I look younger than her, but that's not the point. So they give us this all the time, and sometimes we'll have a conversation, and we'll be like, well, did they? And did they? And we was like, yeah, they said it. Because we don't care at this point. At this point in our lives, we don't care. Probably like before, our younger days, whatever days that we cared about what people say. But I love the fact that my sister also said, feel how you feel. I got that right. Like you said, today I feel like this, tomorrow I may feel like something else. Another thing that you said, I am who I am. I love that we saying that today as my sister's motto that we have for our lessons that we're teaching this time because they give us this all the time. Sometimes I think about it, like my sister said, don't do it. Sometimes I may sit there for a minute. And I'm like, well, what this? They say how they feel, what they said. Why would I let that affect me?
That we don't why we they from all them name. Who are they? They can go on somewhere because I don't care.
Yes. Yeah. But it took me a while to get there. And, we're saying that I'm older than my sister, but when I first met her as a grown person, now, of course, this is a different conversation. She was already ready. You know what I'm saying? She was ready, spaghetti. So I knew whatever came her way, all I'm gonna do is stand by her. Like you come, it's both of us. But she was already ready. She already knew how to do that. She knew how to do that before I did. I learned how to what cousin number two, baby number three, whatever. But I had to get in the swing of it later. I want our ladies to get it before.
Mm.
I went through a lot to be able to get it. We want them to get to it before. We don't want them to have to go through so much damage, so much hurt before they was able to stand in their own. 10 toes down. 10 toes down. I love it. I'm sorry. Did I go? It's just beautiful that we would have this conversation.
Get off track. You could be on the bus. They right on track that time.
Thank you. All right, sis. Okay, okay, okay.
Tifa, what boundary changed your life and how did you keep it?
Let me tell y'all. So back it up, right? So I was married to a narcissist, or when I was going through my divorce, I realized that my mother is a narcissist. It was a different kind of narcissism, right? Well, for me, I've learned that what you allow people to put in your head, or you get, so I'm gonna put it to people like this: you give people a platform. They say, "Can we talk for a minute?" And then you let them on the platform, and then they start here, and then they just talking in circles. What you do is you allow their circle to confuse you, and then you start to embrace what they said. So now that's your identity. And then one of the biggest, I'm going to say this, stop talking. Stop giving people information. So that is one of the things that I learned so quick was take a breath and do not respond. Take a breath and stop talking and listen to what people are saying. Stop looking to like, oh, I didn't do that. Baby, you don't have to debate with nobody. You literally let them talk and say what they want to talk because if you did not do that thing they're telling you that you did, I fight with them. What I learned to do, one of the boundaries is protect your energy at all costs. It is too expensive for you to just be willy nilly handed around. And I'm gonna tell you, if anything else you don't get from anything I say, protect your energy like it's your money. You wouldn't give it to anybody else, so stop giving it away. You gonna come in on that, this? Okay.
My thing is protect your peace. Protect your peace, protect your energy is the same thing. I don't care if you are a family member or if you are a friend. It does not matter. If you are disturbing my peace, I can't deal with you. I can love you from afar. You can stay over there, leave me alone. I'm gonna be over here because my peace is my everything. Like I can't deal with it. I'm not going to deal with it. That's the point right there. I'm not going to deal with it. I don't even have to talk to you. Like Tanya, you already know I'm in my little bubble and I don't have to talk to nobody. Oh, it is what it is. That- That's been my biggest, especially since my mom passed away. Like when she passed away, like that kicked me in the head. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to deal with because a lot of stuff that I figured out after she passed away that a lot of stuff that me and my big sister had were dealing with was because she was like, "Oh no, that's your auntie," or "Oh no, that's your aunt." And that's my mama, and my mama was like the best of all of them. So whenever my mama said something, we were gonna do what she said. So, but she ain't here no more. Uh-huh.
I don't. I was first about Mama Rose, and she was such a sweet lady. And the grandkids, your niece and nephews, they still hold her high regard. So if the person still holds you in high regard and you haven't been here, then you was a woman of regard. Period. Like you said, if she said it, then it was so. And we kind of moved the way she said to move. And that I mean, but your little bubble is a little hard right there, Bean. I'm just gonna
I was saying was on the phone the other day and she said something and I was like, "I don't talk to them no more." She said, "You don't talk to nobody," and I don't.
Yup, that
They did something that crossed my boundary, and I don't talk to them no more. Gotten po Right.
none was serving none of us in a home state, right? And me and Bina said this all the time. Me and Bina stayed on the highway. Dog, cat, bird, sit. We didn't care if we was on the highway. You want to ride? We ride. We got to go here. Let's go. Nobody does that for us. We can count how many times they visited, and we can count who visited. So if they have made their defense mechanism or their bubble, I too must have my own.
That part.
That work. I just don't like adding people to the bubble, but they got to go to the bubble. Sure. And then when Venus calls, you say energy and Venus says peace, and you're right. I ask her all the time how she's doing, what's going on, how you feel because we're not in the same state. And sometimes she don't talk to me for a week, makes me mad. But when she does talk on the phone for 4 hours, but she's made a stand on what she's gonna do, what she's not gonna do. And it doesn't really matter what anybody on the outside has to say that. And I think us as women, black women, moms, grandmoms, we have to do that. And I think we're nurturers, but I don't have nothing else.
I think especially for Black women specifically because we are of the world, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know for myself, like, if somebody tell me they have a problem, my first reaction instinct is to want to fix it or give them a way to fix it or give them a resource or like that's my first. Let me help them. And so Black women specifically need to create boundaries and stick to them because if they don't, they will be pouring from an empty cup. And most Black women that I know pour from empty cups.
Mhm. What about our ancestors and our, once removed grandparents? They had that. They did not have that concept. Yeah. And they died early, they died sick, they were sick, something. Because they, like y'all said, we keep everything in here. Yeah. No, all that's a lie.
In the island.
No, growing up in the island, they would say nobody needs to know your business. So everybody would just be silent. And then,
No, baby. They must be the Black folks from across the world, honey, cause what? They sure said that in Alabama, didn't they, Tanya?
yes, ma'am, I was teaching mine that. Well, your business. 'Cause I felt like you were saying too, once you know a little bit about me, you run all around town with it. Now you got a little bit of me, you know more about me than I know about you, but now you can use that as a weapon. So no. But that's be a lot if no matter what people know, they can't destroy you if you don't allow them to. That's
Exactly. And
she gonna
I always tell people that I have so much information out there in the atmosphere, and but people still don't know nothing about me. Like you got my Facebook page is wide open, and I did that for a reason. Like I have all of these websites and all this information that's out there, and you still don't know nothing about me. You think you know something about me, but you don't.
yeah.
Like you don't know nothing about me. My real life, not my internet life, because this is internet. This is not real life. You don't know nothing about me.
Yeah.
You're not intimate.
That's true.
Right.
Yep.
Chifa, what's your non-negotiable daily practice for rest?
So for me, I work out every day. I go running. I'm I meditate when I wake. I journal and then I go to run. And what I've learned is that we are so caught up in doing things like everybody else, how people are saying that we should do them. But in all honesty, you have to embrace the piece of what somebody tells you and take it on as yours as you can. Stop trying to do 10,000 things at once and failing at all because when I get up, yeah, everybody can't meditate, but I'm gonna tell you right now, sit in silence for 5 minutes. If you can't, they say if you can't give God 5 minutes, then He ain't gonna give you any time at all, right? So it's like we so busy running, 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 but what are you running to? What are you running for? What are you exhausting yourself to do for other people that in the end they won't even do it for you? So what I learned is I'm no longer. Oh yeah. Before I show up for myself. So I used to go to all these different events different things and they'd be like, "Oh, you coming?" No, I'm like, "Absolutely not. You're not gonna see me. If you see me, it's gonna be a blessing to you, but I'm not putting up, I'm not showing up for you. No."
Come on. That used to be me too.
Let me go support this person. Let me support this person. Let me support this person. Well, nobody supporting me. And they don't even call to check on you if you don't come. You be like,
Right.
"Well, damn, something could have really bad could have happened and you didn't even blink an eye."
Um, what's one action that the listeners can take in the next 24 hours where they should start with you?
I would say the first thing you need to do is be okay with being with you. You have to be okay with sitting with yourself because so many people are running to other people to heal themselves. No one can help you heal you. It's going to be a temporary fix because if you can't be by yourself, I did a live on TikTok the other day and this girl was like, I said, she was like, her boyfriend just broke up. I said, "Oh, it's okay. You can be alone." She was like, "No, I cry when I'm alone." I said, "Oh, baby, we got problems because if you can't be with you and you can't be okay with being with yourself, you are no good for anybody else."
Let's let her sit there and cry then because she need to go and cry it out and get it out. 'Cause ma'am, you need why? Why you can't be by yourself? I love being by myself. I'm married and I love being by myself.
I got 2 kids and I love being by myself. When they don't come by me, I'll be like, "Oh, you don't wanna come by me? Great." So exciting. And I thought here's the deal, I thought when I got divorced that I would be like growing up, I was taught, hold on to like, I used to tell my husband, "Oh, don't think you're gonna take my children from me. They mine, you're not gonna have them." Now I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's another big thing that Black women are taught, like, hold 'em like, you must hold on to your children, like, you need to exhaust yourself because it's gonna make you look like you're a bad mama if you don't have your children." Baby, Sonya, you already know my, co-parenting relationships A-OK, 'cause baby, come get them. Come now. Where you at? And he be rolling up and I'll be so excited to see him out there. They did. To me, they be like, "Well, yeah, because that those are their children as well. They do not belong to us. They are not mine. They are people. They're gonna have their own minds, their own thoughts, their own because you know I call you about your nieces every day if I could. They get on my nerves. Come on. I did allow, I said allow them to spend that time with them other folks. They supposed to. Them your people. Right. I can't spoil this by my people. And you need a break. Mama's not the whoever the custodial parent is, they need a break. Whoever the custodial parent they had them 95% of the time needs a break. Look, we are 50-50, and when I tell you it's real, one kid don't want to come to me, the other one's like, "I'm gonna come to you at night on school days." Say less, baby. I will plan my schedule around you. I don't think why won't you let the father do that? Why does that all have to be on you? When they sick, when they good, when they're in school, their activity, that's all on you. Why you change? No. Matt's going every summer. You know, Bina. Bye. Do I need to meet you halfway? I need to do I need to meet you in North Carolina? Let me tell y'all something. Of course, I moved. We bought a house together and built a house together. I live like 7 minutes from them. Everybody's like, "Oh, you gonna stay there?" Absolutely, cause he's here. Like, I'm not leaving my help. What you talking about? Then I got to do this by myself? No, ma'am. No, sir. They be asking me all the time. If he move, I'm moving. Like, right, right. We together. I need him to come get his kids when I gotta go do things. They on their way. Boy, where you at? Y'all have a better relationship now than y'all did as married people. So here's the deal. We had it's a long story. That's a whole nother podcast, girl. But talk about it. Yes, we had a good relationship, but it was because he's a narcissist. It was choppy, right? But when I tell you right now, we are better because he's convinced that he changed, so we're gonna be back together. Oh, good. Oh, okay. Now what? But hey, I love my crazy. I love my crazy. Think what you want, boo. Let's see. Do we have time? Can you tell us about your 6 week program? Yeah. I don't know what just happened, but my throat just went scratchy. What can you tell us just 6 weeks and what needs a longer runway? So the 6 weeks can help you identify and start to work on the subconscious things that you're holding on to. So for us, we sit around, and I'm going to continue to say it. We allow what we were taught subconsciously to run our lives. For instance, growing up, I didn't have a relationship with my father because my mother was angry with him. As an empath, I took on her anger as it was my own. And it wasn't until my father got killed, I realized that I didn't get to build a relationship with this man because of her anger. Well, as I grew up, my father wasn't around, so people telling you in your head, oh, he ain't no good because he ain't never here. But here's the deal. I built an expectation for a man that couldn't show up for himself. And that's what I teach women. Like, you have an expectation on life. If you just allowed yourself to live your life without expecting anybody else to show up for you, but it never lower your expectations of yourself for anybody else, we will stop grasping to old ways and paying attention to the red flags that are flagging in our face, the bright light shining, like stop. And you're like, oh, that's just a pretty light. It's not a pretty light, it's a warning. I teach you how to understand that trusting your intuition is the first. When I tell you, if you feel a feel about somebody, trust that feeling. Don't give them a second chance because they've already told you who they were energetically. Your energy speaks so loud and you choose to ignore it because people say, "Oh, that's nothing, that's crazy." Baby, call me all the crazy you want, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if my higher self say no automatically, and I'm gonna tell you, it yells so loud, you know what? 1 minute you're in a situation with somebody, and you turn around and you feel some kind of way, and you're like, "Oh, why do I feel like that?" That's that bad energy that you're ignoring. So it's embracing what you truly want, allowing yourself to continue to understand there's nothing wrong with you. They're just holding on to somebody else's identity that they created for you, and you're taking on like a badge of honor. So I used to say I took anger on as a badge of honor. I used to walk around angry, walk around with the resting, my face, and don't talk to me. I don't want if you said something real quick, I'm gonna snap back at you. I'm gonna match how you show me. But now I don't match nothing. I keep quiet, I keep silent, and I let you talk because people will always talk themselves into a hole and show who they truly are. To go further down the line, how to show up unapologetically, because you can't learn how to show up unapologetically without releasing those things, because you're going to continue to revert back to the old who you are because it's your comfort zone. You're okay with being in that little comfort zone. You be like, I like when people say they attempting to lose weight, they do 10,000 things to lose that weight instead of embracing what works for you and not what works for everybody else. Looking at everybody else to give you a pass that you have to open up for yourself.
Right. Okay, I'm about to give you some rapid fire questions.
All right, let's do it.
All right. A song that resets you.
Girl on fire.
A book you press into friends' hands.
Uh, oh Lord, it just went out my head. I can't rapid fire. Hold on. Um, really, uh, the science of getting rich.
Okay. A mantra before a big moment.
Uh-huh. I could do all things.
Rest looks like for me.
Doing nothing.
And one unpopular wellness take you stand by.
I wear crystals and I meditate.
You think it's unpopular?
Not a lot of it's getting more popular now, but the crystals part of it, it's on like people wear them now as cute jewelry, but they don't know the energy behind what they're doing.
Uh, okay.
So that could be like, I mean, really, I'm gonna say, I don't know. A lot of people when you say meditate now, it's getting like the self help. Everybody's looking at the holistic side of things. But if you already do it and you know it, it won't look unpopular to you because you do it.
Yeah, and I'm a practitioner, so I mean I've been doing it forever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
And I got I teach yoga, meditation, all that good stuff.
so now that's all coming into like, oh, right, do it now. But I feel like people that's one thing, like they're always going really resting. It's unpopular.
Right, right. Yeah. So I'm gonna be doing my like a separate podcast from this one, because I have a lot of chronic illnesses, and the it's called chronic chill, and it's about letting go of the hustle culture, and rest is revolutionary because everybody's telling you, "Go, go, you gotta be moving." You in your head, like you said, because of the things that we've been taught throughout the years, you think that if you're resting, then you're being lazy or you're not doing something that you're supposed to be doing, and rest is necessary in order for your body to replenish itself and for you to get going and doing other things, so, yeah, so that's the basis of it, especially with people that have, chronic illnesses like chronic pain and chronic I have, uh, brain, issues and, um, I have fibromyalgia and stuff like that, so stuff that makes my keep it's make me struggle with energy and all that type of stuff, like, I have to rest and, people aren't very sensitive to to that type of stuff, and so
Absolutely.
yeah, rest is revolutionary. It really is. You wouldn't think that, but it wouldn't think that you're being a rebel when you're resting, but you really are.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like you said, everybody think we still be doing something 24/7, even in our sleep, it's still supposed to be doing something. Like, why can't I not do something? Me, I keep you get uh, so I get it that you need to rest. Yeah, leave that in there because that's true. I get to think that most more successful when we doing something. You're not, and that's not necessarily so. Now we can teach people how not to do something and do at the right moment and time for them. That's marketable.
It's like people act like they ain't never seen a stationary, bicycle or right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be going fast and not going nowhere. Like, you could be doing a whole bunch of stuff and not doing nothing.
And I be doing anything.
Okay. Um, Lisa, did you have anything, that you wanted to say to the listeners before we end the show?
I just believe that if we start to pay attention to what our body is telling us, uh, allow ourselves to be okay with being who we want to be. And yes, that's something we have to learn how to do. But here's the thing, stop allowing a generational curse to continue. Make it stop with you. Because if you didn't like it back then and you're still teaching it now, you are the problem. And you're going to continue to be the problem because you allowed that to continue instead of popping it when you know it was wrong.
Dr. Johnson, you got anything?
It was my it was my pleasure to spend these beautiful women day, and I'm gonna take some of those things and add them to my Dr. Johnson's Carfonicals because this is very phenomenal. Even those one liners, those things that we say, and we just think we just say them every day. It definitely is going to be it's going to be influential to a lot of women that listen to it, even their significant others, their male partners, even their female partners. The things that we say, we just take them for granted sometimes, and they're phenomenal. I just really appreciate this one today. I think this was for me. She said a lot of things that match us, then it bing bing.
Absolutely.
She said a lot of things that match us. Yeah.
That's why I asked her to be on the show. What you talking about? Uh, Ooh, what a word. Big love to you, Chisa Marie, for keeping it real, about transition boundaries and rest as strategy. If today sparked something, take her challenge. One small action in the next 24 hours, then tap the show notes to connect. Start with her recommended first step and go from there. If this episode said you, rate and review the show, share it with your circle, and follow us, Anomalous Black Women, on Instagram and YouTube for more. I'm Bina. This is Dr. Johnson. That was Chisa Marie. And this has been the Anonymous Black Women podcast where resilience meets joy and magic stays loud. Until next time, rest on purpose and love yourself out loud.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Anomalous Black Women podcast. We hope you felt inspired, seen, and reminded that your story, yes, yours, has power. Every voice we uplift is a part of a larger legacy, and you're a vital part of it.
If today's episode hit home or had you nodding, laughing, or crying in the car, go ahead and show us some love. Subscribe, leave a review, and rate the podcast. That helps us keep doing what we do and spread these stories far and wide, because Black women's voices deserve to echo everywhere.
And don't forget to keep the conversation going. Connect with us on social media at Anomalous Black Women on Instagram, Anomalous Black Women Podcast on YouTube, and we're on your favorite podcast channel. We want to hear your thoughts, your stories, and your brilliance. Until next time, take up space, trust your voice, and always embrace your anomalousness. Keep shining bright, y'all.